All right. So today we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna start on the next quest here. Disappearance among the Nauts. Yeah, we're just gonna put that on like that. We're gonna look for this. Gonna look for this cabin boy. Let me put on. Change our outfit. I just finished the corner guard quest. Just take this off for right now. Put on the fortune one. Find better stuff. I'm gonna ask him about the corner cabin boy a little bit.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear.
Alright, we already done heard this. About the cabin boy.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nauts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Hey.
Miss Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Right. Cool.
Be back soon, Captain.
Do you remember where we found the first sailor suit in? That's where we gotta go. Oh, it tells you, never mind. I forget games nowadays tell you exactly where to go. Games didn't used to do that, by the way. You had to kind of guess based on what people said.
Good day. Someone told me that you were a friend of Jonas, the young cabin boy who has gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
Yep.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
Alright. Ask about his habitual comments and go.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Right. Got
Does he know
friends.
anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
I mean, even if
I need to be
that's
going.
true,
Farewell.
even if that's true, you know, you're looking for this guy, and he's saying he got carried out by thugs. I'll take that serious. But I understand it's the boy. It's like the boy who cried wolf. I get it. Sooner or later, you're just tired of hearing it. I'd take it seriously now. Especially if you're looking for the dude. But whatever.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Alright.
Thank you.
Now we need to know.
I need to be going.
Strange story this is.
Something isn't right here. I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Hey. Burn, huh? Dude, we need to talk to. In Greedfall, quests can usually be completed in several different ways. Isote has more than one string to his bow. Cunning, persuasion, intuition, corruption, creating items from a crafting table. Some of the means available for you to reach your goals. To improve these areas, spin points, corresponding talent trees, or wear equipment that offers bonuses. Threats in combat are also an option when your enemies are not receptive to your talents. That's one thing I do really enjoy about this game. There are multiple ways to do quests, and that's pretty cool.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No, have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I'm here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged.
This is what I don't
words with
understand.
the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, my lady, you're in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Alright, so this is what I was talking about. You seen him, it looked like he had the disease as well as my mom, and I think it was a character before that had the disease. They seemed perfectly fine. It's only my mom character that seemed like she's dying from the disease. Everybody else it's a weird little tattoo on them. That's all. It's kind of weird, but you know, it's whatever. Find and confront the kidnapper. Still on the same question. Yeah. Gotta go this way. Yeah, that guy there. He messed up too. But he's perfectly fine. He seemed perfectly fine. Why is my mother the only one like super duper sick from it? Everybody else just got, you know, that's kind of weird to me. Yeah, what? Oh. Stuff. It looked so out the way. I was like, get that out.
Might I help you, my lady?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
All right.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lady de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We are looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it is their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
How did you find your son's trail?
We have never stopped looking for him. We learned the new name they gave him, Jonas. My poor little Celestine. Then we learned the name of the ship he sailed on. No sooner had it docked in Serene than my husband had the crew watched closely, and we found him.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
You would believe them over a respectable family like us? I see stuff like that. I'll be like, okay, it really sounds like. Don't ever say that, guys. Don't ever say that. You will believe them over me. But it really makes it seem like you're lying. Like that is a dead giveaway that you're lying. It's a couple of lines like that. Like that just kind of like a dead giveaway. Oh, I can't think of them now, but a couple of them. For some reason, my brain don't went blank right now. About the.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot.
Oh yeah, skip this.
I'm still without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Alright.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsilion is a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
Here he go right here.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side.
Let's
Don't
skip
rush.
that.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help?
Skip. Alright. Ask about the contract between.
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child, due to some contract with the Nauts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there has always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nauts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son in an agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nauts as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Alright, let's go back. I'm kind of winging it for which way to go and whatnot. Hey, I know where I'm at. You know, one thing I do like about games is they have like really big like cities. is that you need to try to figure out where everything get on your own. Get a good grasp of how the city is. Okay. Alice, I'd like to prepare several meals and bring them to the warehouse we own in the canal. My husband will have to work there with his clerk and his man for a few days, so make sure that there's enough food for everyone. Be discreet. I don't want other families to know what is
This
happening.
document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Okay. Yeah, I could find a way to free him or to negotiate. That's what I plan on doing, negotiating since I have high charisma. I don't need to sneak in. Hold up. I saw some. Yeah, I saw it. A loot. Come on. Ooh, Kurt. Out the way, Kurt. Front door, right? Yeah.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
A lot of stuff up here. Oh.
Lady de Sade, what are you doing here?
I have come looking for your son. The Nauts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Nauts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have locked him up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this precarious predicament. Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Nauts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Right. Now we could just walk in. There was a different way we could have snuck in here. Not pick. Eat lot pickings. Ooh. Get on. Get a coat.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. I'm legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes, even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seemed so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Nauts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to your ship. I will see you there.
Right. Couldn't even see it. So, oh yeah. See that? That's another way to come in. Level 1 science with an alchemical purpose or elemental damage. Could have did that as well. Wait, how we run back to the shop?
You'll find all you need in our selection.
Colonel. Yep. There he is.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin.
Oh.
As you
Have no
Skip,
fear.
skip, skip,
all we
skip.
can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy.
Oh, they start.
Actions bring
Damn.
honor.
My bad, guys. Well, that's
Be
that
back
quest.
soon, Captain.
There we go. And that quest is completely done. Oh, man. So, yep, we're gonna save here. There we go.